Welcome y'all. This is a meal prep video. I am making jalapeno poppers. I know there's other names for it, but that's what I call them. And I'm also cooking a bunch of bacon, and then I'm going to use the leftover sausage and cream cheese that I use to stuff these jalapenos with. So what I'm doing is just cutting off the stems and cutting them in half, and then using a spoon to scrape out all the seeds and all the inside stuff there. And I'm wearing gloves so I don't get the jalapeno, the seeds or anything on my face or eyes if I happen to rub my eyes or something, because I tend to do that. So I've got a little trash bowl, and then I got my other bowl that is for my halves. So I only got 5 jalapenos because I knew it was just going to be me and possibly my daughter eating these. And these do reheat very well. I like to reheat them in the oven, but she just reheated them in the microwave. So however you like them, you could do them in the air fryer as well. But they do last several days, and they just as good when you reheat them as the first time. So that's something. I don't meal prep a lot of stuff. It's just definitely one of those things I can make and eat on for 2 or 3 or 4 times, depending on how many you have. So I ended up with 10 halves, and you can see the cream cheese sitting on the counter. I think I had that sitting out so it would soften completely. And again, I'm just scraping those out, cleaning those out, and trying to get every last seed, because I am a wimp when it comes to spice. This is as spicy as I get right here. And I can only handle 2, maybe 3, and that's it. Usually 2. I think this day I had 3, and it was just like 1 too many, and my throat was on fire. But 2, I'm okay. But I am pretty wimpy when it comes to spice and stuff. So when the first couple of ones I just tried to scrape out with a spoon, it was a little difficult. So then I started cutting the inside a little bit and made it a lot easier to scoop that out. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there, but I wanted to fast forward this so you didn't have to watch me do this in slow motion or at regular speed the whole time. So I'm using 1 block of cream cheese, 5 jalapenos, sausage. I have never tried this brand before. So that's my first time trying this brand of sausage, and I really, really liked it. The only place I've seen it is this super one that I went to for that yellow package of bacon and that sausage I've never seen before. And this super one is one that I don't go to very often because it's not close to where I usually shop or where I live. So I'm just using my handy dandy little smasher there. I don't know what it's called, but I got that from, is it Pampered Chef? From Hope at Mission Keto, and I love that thing. I use it all the time when I'm cooking sausage or ground beef, whatever. And then I'm going to cook a whole lot of bacon. I've got 2 packages, but I'm going to reserve some of that bacon for the jalapenos. But I don't mind having bacon in the refrigerator that's already cooked, because sometimes I want to crumble some up and put it on top of something like ground beef or something, or if I'm making like a taco bowl or a hamburger bowl or something. And then so I'm just folding all that bacon in half, and I do have a video on how I like to cook my bacon. Okay, I reserved, I think there's 5 pieces here. I'm going to cut them in half because I have 10 halves of jalapenos. Okay, so I let that soften. Now I'm going to scoop it out, and I should have used a spatula, but stupidly I tried to use this big spoon, and I didn't even open it up all the way, so I had a lot of trouble. I should have saved myself a lot of heartache and just got that spatula out. You can see my dogs in the background. They're always around when I'm cooking something. Yeah, see what a mess that was. I let it get really soft too, so it was easy to work with, but it was hard to get out of the package. So I'm just going to mix that up. And this is one of my new pans, or frying pans or skillets, whatever you want to call it, from Bed Bath & Beyond that I got on clearance if you didn't see that video. And again, I'm just mixing that up, try to get it mixed evenly. Very simple, just sausage and cream cheese, nothing special. I was going to put Parmesan cheese in there as well, and then decided not to. And it was fine without it. You can add Parmesan cheese, like shredded or shaved. So I'm just going to start loading these up. And I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to scratch my pan with that metal spoon, but it scoops out the best. Every time I tried to scoop with the the big spoon, it just like slid everything over to the side of the skillet. So I was not having a good time with that. Those skillets are super non-stick. Everything just slides around in them. So I'm just stuffing as much in there as I can. And that one was shaped kind of funny, but I still got it all in there. And that, if you didn't notice, that was mild sausage. So I didn't get the hot because I would not have been able to handle the hot sausage on top of the jalapenos. So now I'm taking a half a slice of bacon, and you could do a whole slice because it didn't end up, the bacon shrinks up, so I didn't end up with a whole lot of bacon around it. So you could do a whole piece. It's up to you. It was fine with just the half piece. Gave it enough bacon flavor, but if you want a lot of bacon flavor, I would take a whole piece and really wrap it up good. And there's my arm. Sorry. Sometimes it's hard to work and get everything in view of the camera. It can make it really difficult to get something done and then make sure that you guys get the best view. So I'm just going to do all of these and wrap them. And I just stretched that bacon out, wrapped it around a full time. I didn't make as much of a mess as I thought I would, so I was pretty proud of that. But I still ended up with quite a bit of sausage and cream cheese left over, so that's when I decided I would just make some egg bites with it. And those reheat really well too, believe it or not. And I think I cooked these for about 20 minutes. I can't remember for sure. It didn't take a long time. I let them get a little bit of brown on top. Here's what I'm going to do with the leftovers. See, I have all that left over. You could just eat it, but I'm going to do something with it. 3 eggs. And I just guessed on the amount of eggs. I ended up guessing pretty correctly with that. You do want to spray your pan even if you're using a silicone mold. And I forget to do that with the egg bites. I can't tell you how many times. They'll still come out fairly easily, but you will have some stuck in there, and then you have to scrub that and let it soak and stuff. So it's a pain. So I'm not filling these up all the way because you want to make room for the eggs. So about 3/4 of the way, I would guess. And I don't pack it in there tight because I want the egg to be able to get like underneath and all around the sausage and cream cheese. So these turned out really well. I also have a recipe video for egg bites where I did sausage and like cheddar cheese, I believe it was. So I hadn't made them with cream cheese yet. I forgot to spray the pan again, or the silicone molds. It's better if you spray it. So you don't want to overfill these either. Try to fill them almost to the top, but not quite all the way. But, sometimes I end up going over and then it slides all over the place. So just be careful of that as well. And it's also helpful if you have like a measuring cup or something that has a spout on it. It makes it a lot easier than this, but that's what I was working with. So I still ended up making quite a few, but I had enough egg to make a couple more just plain ones, and I was smart enough to spray those. If you have not made any egg bites, they're really good. I really enjoy them. I've made them with bacon as well, but I really like them with sausage better. And I'm more of a bacon person than a sausage person, but for some reason with the eggs together, I just really like it with the sausage, and then especially with some cheese. And then of course I'm adding some salt because it needs some salt. Redmond's, of course, and some smoked salt. That's the chef's blend. Making sure those plain ones get plenty of that. And they are ready to go in the oven. And the egg bites are done. You can see those came out so easily, and look how they poofed up. And then those are a little bit more difficult. I did take a spoon. I didn't show it, but I took a spoon and got them out with the spoon, just kind of ran it around them, and it made it a lot easier. And there's all the bacon, and there's the egg bites. And now for the jalapeno poppers. I wanted those to get a little bit crispy, especially the bacon. And I don't know if you can tell, but the sausage got crispy. That's on top, and the cheese got a little bit brown. That's the way I like it. So you just cook it however long you want. And then of course the jalapenos are soft, but a little brown on the bottom, if you can see that. And they turned out delicious. Thanks for watching, everyone, this recipe and this food prep. I appreciate you watching. Give it a thumbs up and like, share, subscribe, comment. Please be kind with those comments. Happy eating, and I will catch you all on the next one. And this picture is from the next day, and I put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on them before I put them in the oven, so that's what that is on top.